Hello, my name is Bernice Vernet. That's BER Nice. Nice to meet you. I'm the National Account Manager at 602 Enterprises here, and I'm also a growth strategy consultant and sales and training consultant as well.
Tell us about your business here at the Conduit.
At the Conduit, what I do is I help businesses scale. And as a national account manager for 602 Enterprises, I'm helping from the ground up scale and optimize their current sales pipeline through different market branches that they've explored and want to expand on, or see how they can replicate what they're already doing into other spaces.
How long have you been a member here?
Officially since November. I've worked with a few other companies here as well. And since then, I've been able to network. I met my current public speaking mentor through Black Orlando Tech, which operates out of here, at one of their events. And essentially, it's been great the entire time.
Tell us about your unique story and any ways that the Conduit has come alongside of you during that journey.
Well, born and raised from Miami, Florida. My parents are Haitian, so I do speak, read, and write English and Haitian Creole. By the age of 25, I left Miami to pursue a career in sales and marketing, business development, and since then I've traveled 13 different states. This is the fourth city I've lived in. I moved here just about a year ago, so from San Diego, and it's never easy to leave an industry and leave a community without knowing who else to turn to thereafter. It's just like, they say, if you're gonna quit a job, make sure there's another one lined up. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't have any of that. And one of the ways that, since being part of this community here in November, that's been not just helpful, but eye-opening, it's made me consider how I can do what I do better. There's been quite a few people I've networked with who have done something very similar to what I do, very, very niche, like Mary Nice. She was one of my first outreaches for a form of mentorship, and she actually found the time to sit down with me, tell me her story, give me some really good advice, and work from there. But then there's also the Haitian Creole children's book I'm working on, and he got me in touch with his niece, who's currently in high school and enjoying summer vacation. But again, it's just one of those things that I'm someone who has a lot of goals and knows the milestones, but doesn't always have the people or the know-how how to get there. And what the Conduit has done has made a lot of what I want to achieve much more achievable through community.
Can you elaborate on the connections that you've made here and how they've come alongside of you to support you?
Yeah, so starting with the network events that happen here regularly, right? I'm an avid networker. I've met my first millionaire outside of the industry I was in before here at one of the, I think it was Black Orlando Tech events, right? Which is very good because I got some pretty good advice, move forward. Through a few other events, I've been able to solicit help, right? For anything that I'm developing. I've been able to get clientele here as well. I've been able to not only help companies like Enlightened Tutoring, but who I'm working with now, for example, 602 Enterprises, who's been life-changing to work with. Like, I love those guys. They're amazing. Anand and Kevin, we have so much fun working with each other. And what's really also good to have is open conversation about ideas without fear that someone's just gonna take it. Right? One, everyone here is too busy working on their own dreams to go running around taking other people's ideas, right? Two, no one, because of the sense of community, everyone's trying to see where they can place themselves, right? For example, Swamp Stories is one of those things where I'm super excited for him, right? And we sat down, he was a client at one point getting a session from me, but even since then, whether it's in a session or just in conversation, the same way I've been received is how I want to give back. Just figuring out ways I could help expand on that. Now, mind you, I'm not sitting here telling stories about, kids going on adventures, you know what I mean? I'm out here trying to do what I need to do for myself. But more importantly, what's really helped shape my journey and the goals that I'm trying to achieve is knowing that there's a place I can go to that could be a conduit on how to achieve it, and more importantly, a catalyst to making sure it happens.
Tell us about your passion.
Ooh, which one? All of them? Do we have enough time? All right, so a few passions of mine. I'm a lifelong learner, right? I'm one of those, there's always a book, there's always a podcast, there's always a movie, there's always something, right? This is one of the things I appreciate about being here as well, is that I could just nerd out. I can nerd out. There are people who have been scientists or are scientists, there are technologists here, engineers here, all kinds of people who in their own right are leaders in what they do, right? Or have a leadership position. So nerding out is one of the things that I like to do. Something else I like to do creatively, I like to write. I recently joined Toastmasters, so I'm looking to compete in public speaking. It's a publicity stunt, but everyone needs a good one at least, right? So I can get into paid public speaking. What else? I'm passionate about family. If anyone looks at my phone screen right now, they won't see my face. They'll see my mom's. And when you go past that screen, you'll see my sisters. I'm very family oriented. Everything I do, everything that I achieve is because and for them after the Lord. Yeah. I guess also dancing and karaoke. Karaoke is my happy place. It is. It's one of those spaces where if you've never been to that concert because you're born too late or born too early or just couldn't make it there are people who will put their entire lives on that stage, and it'll feel like in one way, shape, or form that it's a real performance. And I love karaoke for that. I love to go dancing. Me and me and Amy will have little dance moments out there in the halls, right? Because there's no one to stop you. There's no one who's going to keep you from feeling joy and being great. And then I'll have a cup of tea right after, like nothing ever happened. But knowing that I can do it again whenever I want, right? A lot of freedom with structure, right? Not just standards, but just moving around. I'm really one of those people who has to move around. Maybe it's the ADHD. Maybe it's because I drank my coffee this morning, which is complimentary here. But regardless, those are my passions: karaoke, family, achieving goals, and helping other people achieve goals.
Thank you for sharing, Bernice.